Peace, 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 peace. Salute, salute, salute. Peace, family. Peace, salute. Brother Stephen X here. Respect Ring Media. Respect Ring Media LLC. RespectRingMedia.com. Let me know how I sound on the mic, good family. Let me know if I'm loud and clear. Salute to the good family on this good. What is it today? Today's Thursday. Salute to the good family. Doing a live today. Let's see what time it is. As soon as I say what time it is, let me see. Okay, we got some time. We got some time to cook today, fam. Took a couple of days off, but a lot's been going on, you know. Want to see what's going on in the boxing world. Let's see what we have in the building. Let's get to it, fam. I hope you guys are having a great day. Pushing forward, pushing onward. Salute to Brother Devo in the building. Salute, Brother Devo, first one in the building. How are you, bro? Salute to Brother Devo. Always 10 toes down, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you that come in the building, to be honest with you. Peace and blessings, bro. Peace and blessings to Ghetto Conservatives. Good to see you again, bro. Good to see the fam coming in the room. Thank you so much for being here. Salute to Brother Ghetto Conservative. Salute to Brother Devo. Who else we got in the building? Salute to the Queen. Convos with Cam. Queen Cam is in the building, family. Queen Cam is in the building. Salute to you, Queen. Stephen X family. Peace and blessings to you always. Peace and blessings to you always, Queen. Thank you for being here. Always 10 toes down. No matter what day of the week it is, make sure you guys subscribe to Queen Cam. Like the video, share the video. We're going to cook for a little bit. Salute chat, salute family, blessings to you always. Yes, yes. And make sure you like, share, subscribe in that order. Thank you, Queen. Like, share, subscribe in that order. I like it. I'm going to leave that up there. Like, share, subscribe. Peace to the good family. Lots been going on. You know, we're talking a little bit. Yeah, Queen. Salute to you. How does the mic sound? I want to make sure you guys can hear me. No static, anything. Yeah, right there. Like, share, subscribe in that order. We're talking Devin Haney. Legacy or money? That's what we're talking today. Legacy or money? RYAN GARCIA ducking De La Hoya and Nico Ali Walsh versus the Ali Act reform. Not sure if you guys saw that. Sound is good? Okay, thanks, Queen. Yeah. Not sure. I saw some clips. I didn't watch the full thing. I saw Oscar De La Hoya on Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. I saw Nico Ali Walsh, Muhammad Ali's grandson. He's a boxer. He actually sounded I was impressed with what he had to say. Actually, that was actually pretty impressive. I'm not even going to lie. He's very well spoken. So it's good to see a boxer that can articulate himself and, you know, and obviously he's very concerned about what's going on. I myself need to bring myself up to speed with that whole thing, that whole issue. I'm trying to think where we can start. Let's since I'm already talking about it, let's start in that order. Let's just start with because I didn't see it yet, and then we'll talk some Devin Haney and some of his options going forward. You know, we've been hearing things about Devin and his next opponent, but we haven't had any announcements. You know what I'm saying, fam? So, you know, Devin's at a crossroads, really. He has to decide what he wants to do, but he wants to fight the best. It's just hard to get these guys in the ring with him. That's the way I view it anyways. And I know a lot of y'all view it that way too, you know, like he's trying, but look what Rolly just did in PBC. And this whole thing is a mess. But we'll start with the because I myself need to catch up on this whole Muhammad Ali thing and what it's all about. Give me one sec, fam. Yeah, okay. I saw this clip rolling across my screen, but I didn't listen to it because it was Oscar De La Hoya. But I want to hear what he had to say. Since we're talking about Devin Haney, Zuffa Boxing now, you know, Dana White, this TKO business. So actually, let me pull up what is the Muhammad Ali Act. Let's get caught up to speed on that, and I'll just play what Oscar De La Hoya said and Nico Ali Walsh, and then we'll get to Devin. Let me put this on the screen. Hold on one sec, fam, because I need to catch up on this whole issue, to be honest with you. Let me see. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, let's see what this is all about, and then we'll play what Oscar De La Hoya had to say. I mean, I ignored it because it's Oscar, but salute to brother Devo. Does the Ali Act have to do with transparency between the fighters and promoters? Yeah. That's why I feel like let's start on ground zero first and get an understanding of what this is all about. Yeah, but you're close or you're dead on, brother Devo. Yeah, great question. I'm gonna leave that up there. A great question. You guys see that on the screen? Yeah, let's just start with the politics and the business first. Get that out the way. Then we'll talk Devin. The Muhammad Ali Boxing Reform Act, often just Ali Act, is a 2000 U.S. federal law codified as an update to the 1996 Professional Boxing Safety Act, designed to protect professional boxers from exploitative business practices, prevent conflicts of interest between managers and promoters, okay, and increase transparency in ranking organizations. So Devo, you were close or dead on, bro. Yeah. And the key aspects and usage examples, let me see what it says. Contract limits. It restricts promotional contracts to 1 year, allowing fighters to avoid being held in hostage situations. Okay, so like being held to one promoter. Oh, we see that a lot. So these guys sign 1 year contracts. So I don't know if you take RYAN GARCIA, for instance, and he's with Golden Boy. From what it's saying here, there's contract limits under the current Muhammad Ali Act. It restricts promotional contacts to 1 year, allowing fighters to avoid being held in hostage situations. That's funny. I'm just thinking of examples of fighters like that. Conflict of interest ban. So promoters cannot also act as a manager for the same boxer. Okay. Preventing the same party from representing both sides of a contract negotiation. Okay, that makes sense. You have to have a separate promoter and a separate manager. They can't be the same person. What else does it say? Transparency. Promoters must disclose all financial details of a fight to the boxer and to state athletic commissions. Oh, that's what Queen Rachel was talking about on BF show yesterday with that paper. Did you guys hear that? Were you on BF show yesterday? And I think the day before she had mentioned fighters get this paper before they go in the ring, but it's all folded up. It's folded up and they don't really see it. They're like, you know, so like really you're about to get in the ring. You're not thinking about some paper you got to sign. And that it was disclosures of the financials. That's what she was talking about. So it says promoters must disclose all financial details of a fight to the boxer and to the state athletic commissions. Okay, so that's the transparency piece. Brother Devo says that should be a law. Laugh aloud. Who would try to get rid of that? Yeah, it is current law, but now there's this reform of the law. There's a different name for it, and they're trying to change these things. So we'll get to it. Where are we? We're right here. So it says ranking integrity prohibits sanctioning bodies from taking hidden payments to manipulate rankings. Okay, so yeah, that shouldn't be allowed. Okay, synonyms and related terms. The Ali Act, the Muhammad Ali Boxing Reform Act, Muhammad Ali American Boxing Revival Act of 2026. Okay, so this is the name right here that they're trying to change it to. The proposed expansion and update. The new law that they're trying to reform the Muhammad Ali Act, and they call it the Muhammad Ali American Boxing Revival Act of 2026. Right, and then Professional Boxing Safety Act, the original act it amended. Okay. So key provisions of the act: it protects welfare, ensures safer oversight of boxing matches, including health and safety disclosures regarding the risks of brain injury. It empowers boxers, allows boxers to be more like free agents, promoting fairer compensation. Um, yeah, why would you want to get rid of this? Limits exploitation, prevents forced long-term contracts that require signing with a specific promoter to get title opportunities. Okay, and then the very last part here, it says proposed 2026 updates revival act. A proposed revival act currently in Congress aims to update the original law by creating unified boxing organizations, UBOs, for better safety protocols, minimum pay $200 per round. That sounds low. $200 a round, and enhanced medical coverage. All right, I'm done with that. Let's go to this. Let's go to what my, Oscar De La Hoya was saying on Congress, the Senate yesterday. Okay, so Boxing and Barbecue posted this. Actually, let me like it. I think I bookmark it. I'll repost that so I have it on my timeline. Okay, so it says Oscar De La Hoya just testified in front of the U.S. Senate against the Muhammad Ali American Boxing Revival Act. He brings up UFC lawsuits and the Saudi Arabia funding below the full speech. Cool.
That is exactly why the Ali Act exists. I had the opportunity to work with Senator John.
Let me go here. Okay, let's start again. Educational purposes, YouTube, and this is fair use. Fair use.
Today. My name is Oscar De La Hoya. I'm a U.S. Olympic gold medalist, a 6th Division, 11-time world champion, and now run Golden Boy Promotions. I care deeply about boxing and more importantly about the fighters who step into the ring. And
this is interesting that Oscar De La Hoya is the one on this side of the argument, arguing for the promotion and welfare of fighters. He wasn't too concerned about Devin Haney's welfare and his welfare and well-being when he was sitting with Shannon Sharp and says, "Oh, he doesn't care about PEDs and boxing." I'll try to find the clip. That's what he said. I didn't even see the full thing. That's what he said. And to this day, I'm talking about Oscar De La Hoya. To this day, Oscar De La Hoya has yet to even say that RYAN GARCIA popped dirty. Right? To this day. And he's the one who's the one preventing the rematch that enables RYAN GARCIA's ducking of Devin Haney. He's the main obstacle. And RYAN GARCIA as well. Right? So it's just interesting that he's on the side of, supposedly. I don't know. I didn't hear what he had to say. And I'm going to go through the speech with a fine-tooth comb because I don't really trust Oscar. I don't know. But it's weird that he's on this side of the debate.
Risk their lives for our entertainment. I'm here because I strongly believe the proposed changes to the Muhammad Ali Boxing Reform Act take us in the wrong direction. Today, you will hear many different perspectives.
Remember, Oscar is a promoter. So he's arguing about this law against the reform of the law from that perspective. You know, he's a promoter.
Some that may want to discredit the decades-long work the sports stakeholders have already done to create a safe sport that puts fighters first and creates a free marketplace for fighters to negotiate the best deals for their families and for their personal legacies.
Okay. Interesting.
I grew up in East LA with very little. Boxing was my way out. When I won the Olympic gold at 18 years old, I had promoters coming at me from every direction. My family and I didn't have access to legal advice. I signed the first contract.
It's crazy because now he's that promoter who preys on boxers.
Put in front of me without fully understanding it. It didn't take long to realize I had been taken advantage of. That experience is not unique.
Wow. Takes one to know one. Sounds like karma.
Many fighters enter this sport young, trusting, and without resources. And once they are locked into the wrong deal, it is very difficult to get out. That is exactly why the Ali Act exists. I had the opportunity to work with Senator John McCain on this as a national hero, a
Okay, Senator John McCain. He's passed away now. All right.
prisoner of war, and someone who loved boxing. As a former Golden Glove fighter, he understood the risks fighters take and the need to protect them. The Ali Act reflects that commitment to fairness and to protecting fighters from being taken advantage of. Passed in 2000, the Ali Act addresses real problems, including conflicts of interest, lack of transparency.
Yeah, we talked about that.
And the exploitation of fighters. It creates a system designed to protect fighters and preserve a fair, open marketplace. Those protections still matter today. This principal change of the proposed amendment allows a promoter to create an entity that serves as both promoter and governing body.
Okay, so the amendment is trying to create a sanctioning body and a promoter as one, if I'm tracking correctly.
A so-called unified boxing organization.
Okay, that's the UBO that we talked about, the UBOs.
This mirrors the existing MMA model and creates a closed system controlling rankings, titles, and access to opportunity. Under this structure, as long as the UBO complies.
So he's saying that it's similar to the MMA model, or specifically UFC. Because remember, Dana White is the one behind Zuffa Boxing.
With its own internal rules, it would not violate the Muhammad Ali Boxing Reform Act. Meanwhile, traditional promoters like myself would still be required to comply with full financial disclosures and reporting requirements. In other words, one system operates under transparency and accountability, while the UBOs do not.
Okay, so more, okay.
This is a fundamental shift in power.
More is required. The UBOs can hide their records more than the promoters, because the promoters under the Muhammad Ali Act have to disclose their financials.
That if changed would put corporate profits first, fighters second. We should be clear about who benefits from this. These changes align directly with what Zuffa Boxing and its leadership.
Zuffa, okay, so we just mentioned that.
At TKO Group Holdings have already said they intend to build.
Yeah, so TKO Group Holdings, I think, is the promotional TKO Group Holdings. Yeah, TKO Group Holdings is on the New York Stock Exchange as TKO, is a premier sports and entertainment company formed in September 2023 by merging WWE and UFC. Interesting. So they're merged, controlled by Endeavor Group Holdings. It owns top combat and entertainment brands, including UFC, WWE. What is PBR? PBR and Zuffa Boxing. With a market cap reflecting its role as a leading live event and media rights entity. Okay, CEO is Ari Emanuel. Okay, let's go.
In boxing, a model similar to the UFC. And we already know UFC and its parent company agreed to a $375 million antitrust settlement after fighters accused them of suppressing wages and restricting competition.
I mean, yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that UFC fighters don't make. I mean, that's why they come over to boxing. Like Conor McGregor got his biggest payday when he fought Floyd Mayweather several years ago now. He wasn't getting paid like that in the UFC.
At the same time, Zuffa Boxing is fully funded by the Saudis. We've already seen how that kind of funding reshaped another sport through Live Golf. We should be honest about what is happening here.
Oh, shoot. This is interesting because Oscar De La Hoya in Turkey, the Saudis, you know, he's accusing the Saudis of being behind this. Salute to Big Soldier MX. Salute to you, bro. We're just talking the De La Hoya, Nico, Ali Walsh versus the Ali Act reform right now. And then we're going to get some Devin Haney news.
Was sports washing, a clear effort to use sports to reshape reputation. Now, players who were drawn in by the money.
Okay, he's saying the Saudis. This is my first time hearing this from Oscar. He's saying the Saudis are using sports, which includes boxing and the Live Golf events. They do these like golfing and other sports, is like I think football or soccer. They're using it to like change their image in the world or their reputation.
are trying to come back to it should serve as a warning. Transparency is just as critical. In current Zuffa contracts, fighters are left in total control.
Okay, so he's saying they get pretty standard contracts in Zuffa that can't be amended.
All major revenue streams, including media rights, ticket purchase, and discretionary bonuses, with only narrow participation in upside revenue. As an independent contractor, fighters won't have leverage when—
Yeah, fighters are 1099 contract workers. Anyone that knows business, if you're self-employed, you have 1099. So fighters are like actors or singers. Like they're contractors. They're independent contractors. 1099.
One system controls all opportunities. Under current law, fighters already have the right to see the financials behind every event they headline, giving them a fair opportunity to negotiate their compensation. I also want to address safety. The proposed changes suggest improved protections, but boxing already has strong safeguards in place and existing protections, including health insurance for injuries and life insurance for fighters' families. Commissions and promoters ensure fighters—
This is interesting why he's arguing against reform of the law. But like I said, he's a promoter, so he's speaking from a promoter perspective.
Are medically cleared and cover related costs. If this proposal is truly about protecting fighters, why are MMA athletes not included at all? They compete in a similar dangerous sport, yet they are completely excluded. That raises serious concerns about whether it's truly about protection or about restructuring, not have to fight the system as well. If this bill passes, fighters will have fewer choices, less leverage, and less control over their careers. And when that happens, it will not be the sport that failed them. It will be us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. De La Hoya. Mr. Shepard.
All right, that's an interesting perspective. Okay, I mean, I have a good idea of what's going on now. Like I said, he's a promoter, so he's coming from that perspective, and I think it's pretty interesting that he's arguing on based off the welfare of fighters. Like I said, you didn't care about the welfare of fighters when you were talking about Devin Haney fighting RYAN GARCIA on PEDs. So hey, it is what it is. I'll get to the Nicole Ali Walsh thing, but I actually saw this thing on salute to brother Benji on his Twitter. Let me put that up on the screen. In regards to Deb, we'll get back. I'm just gonna go back and forth between topics today, fam. What did it say today? Mike from DAZN explains why it's difficult for him to see RYAN GARCIA, Conor Ben happening. Also, he adds he prefers the Devin Haney fight. Okay, I didn't see this. Let me repost that, fam. First time seeing. Salute to brother Benji. This is on Claymore Reigns' YouTube channel. Okay.
It would have to
building
fair use YouTube, educational purposes. Let's see.
The building says, I've been trying to kind of figure out what he said here, so we're going to try to figure out together. He says, how do you see
I got
Zone Garcia? You got it. All right.
Salute to brother Drug Free. Salute to Stephen X and Big Family. Salute and love. Salute to brother Drug Free in the building. Salute to you, bro. Good to see you, man. We're bouncing around today. We were just talking De La Hoya and versus the Ali Act reform, but we're just talking Devin Haney, RYAN GARCIA rematch. We're bouncing around today in topics, but it's all connected. Trying to figure out where Devin's going to go next. Does he unify 147? Does he move it to 154? Does Devin Haney go over to Zuffa Boxing? How does that affect his earnings? It's all connected, fam. So,
yeah, I got it. So basically, with Ben going back to Zuffa, how would a fight between Garcia and Ben happen if DAZN has a relationship with Garcia and he's fought his almost, well, except for some PBC fights, he has fought mostly on DAZN, and Ben with Zuffa? Because how do we see that relationship happening? I'm not going to talk about Voldemort because we won't mention their name.
I've seen this guy in the middle before. This guy in the middle. I mean, I know Claymore Reign on the left. This guy on the right from DAZN, first time seeing him. But this guy in the middle, I think he's been on BF's show a couple of times. He's called in or been on the panel. Oh, what did he say? Just left us. Benji says, how do you use DAZN Garcia? Oh no, how do you see DAZN Garcia versus Ben happening with Zuffa? Right. Because Conor Ben is with Zuffa, Ryan Garcia is with Golden Boy in DAZN.
Even though I just did. But here's what I will say. If that fight were to happen, it would have to take, how do I say this? It would be an incredible undertaking. The likes of Floyd Mayweather would be jealous of how.
Floyd Mayweather. Salute to Drug Free. Been a while. I'm glad to be back in the building. Oh, salute, bro. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, I think I started a bit early today, and I haven't gone live in a couple of days. So we're just catching up on some boxing news, fam. Good to see you in the building, bro. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe.
How that fight would get made, because again, and we saw this with the Muhammad Ali Act and what's happening on Congress.
It's funny, we're just talking Muhammad Ali Act.
There are competing interests that are happening right now. There's a company that wants to move towards that payment model, et cetera. And then there's what we're doing aligned with the sanctioning bodies and the promoters. So
right, we just broke that down, fam.
How do I see it happening? I don't see it happening.
Oh, wow.
just to keep it honest. But I also think that, and I was talking about this on another pod, fighters call out
yeah. So Conor Ben is with Zuffa, which is a completely different thing. It's boxing, but it's not compatible right now with the 4 sanctioning bodies, fam. Right. And I wanted to cover this topic today. It's not a sexy topic, but if we're part of the sport of boxing, we got to know what the hell is going on, like on the business side, the politics side. I mean, we want to see the good fights too, but this affects the fighting because Conor Ben and Ryan Garcia have been calling each other out or what have you. Conor Ben had that lackluster performance against Regis Prograis, and then the first person he said he wanted to fight was Ryan Garcia, and then Ryan Garcia is tweeting back, but they can't fight each other. Conor Ben's with Zuffa. Ryan Garcia can't scroll over to Zuffa and just fight that guy. He would have to go over to Zuffa to fight him. And he's not a Zuffa boxing. He's not a fighter, a Zuffa fighter. I'm talking about Ryan Garcia.
Everybody afterwards. So does a Ryan Garcia Conor Ben fight make sense when I want to see Garcia Haney, or I'd love to see Garcia versus somebody?
Yeah, we all want to see Garcia Haney. Tell that to Garcia and Oscar.
Else and defend his title. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to disparage Conor Ben just because he fights under that umbrella now. Like, I wasn't that me personally. Now
the way I'm seeing this, fam, is that Zuffa fighters have to fight Zuffa fighters, because I think Regis Prograis probably signed a 1-fight deal too for him to fight Conor Ben with Zuffa. So it's its own league, fam. They can't cross fight other fighters that are with the sanctioning bodies. It don't work like that right now. So we're talking about step A, but there's a long way to get to step B. You know, that's what I'm gathering, fam. I'm learning as I'm listening to them. I haven't seen these clips. I'm just watching these clips along with you, trying to catch up on the boxing news today. You know, Brother Devo says Ryan versus Rolly is most likely next. Maybe you never know with Ryan. You never know. Shit, the Ryan Rolly rematch could just all of a sudden pop off. You just never know in this boxing game. Even though Ryan's been ducking that rematch too. Ryan Garcia is ducking Devin Haney rematch, and Ryan Garcia is ducking the Rolly Romero rematch. And it makes sense. He has to rematch both. The first one's a no contest with Devin, and then he lost to Rolly. And his own promoter, Oscar De La Hoya, said, I would do the rematch with Rolly as a former fighter. I want to get my lick back. Man, what kind of fighter is Ryan Garcia? He doesn't even want to get his lick back. It's weird, bro. It's weird. Now, Brother Devo says Zuffa is its own league. It's its own league. Yeah, that's what I'm gathering. It's its own league. It's its own thing right now, sort of like UFC. UFC fighters don't go fighting pride fighters or whatever these other things are. They would have to come over to the UFC to fight the UFC fighters. So how does the two mix?
I'm taking off the DAZN hat. Like, now I want to see him fight Ryan Garcia. Is that really what I want to see? Like, I'm out. You guys are hardcore boxing. Is that really what you want to see? Like, is that really what you want to see? So
No, nobody wants to see Conor Benn and Ryan Garcia. Nobody called for that. All of a sudden, Conor Benn was put as the #1 contender in the WBC. How did that happen? You know what I'm saying? When there's the Muhammad Ali Act, we just went over at the beginning of the show, fam. That the Muhammad Ali Act is supposed to prevent the manipulation of the rankings. So how do you justify Conor Benn coming into the WBC at 147? He hasn't fought at 147 in how many ages? His last fight was at 150, fam. It wasn't at 147. Those 2 fights against Eubank were at 168. Right? They're at 168. So what are we talking about, fam? Was it 160 or 168? I think it was 168. Right? So how did Conor Benn get to be the #1 contender to Ryan Garcia's bro? How did that happen? When he doesn't fight at 147. That's my point.
I know. I want to see Haney versus Garcia, and Clay wants to see Haney versus Garcia.
Yeah.
Everybody,
but I think
Garcia.
The way they've been kind of involved with the zone and putting on events like.
Salute to Devo. WBC sanctioned a title fight for Ryan, coming off a loss and a no contest. Shake him head. I came up with specific. I called it a grand conspiracy, fam. That's a term I coined. I didn't hear anybody. I coined. There's a grand conspiracy between the sanctioning body, and what I'm talking about is the WBC, as Brother Devo says, Golden Boy. I mean, it was all like a collusion to get Ryan a title shot, because there's no way you come off a suspension. Yeah, why was it a no contest? And he was suspended for over a year, and then he lost in bad fashion to Rolly, and then he gets a title shot. I mean, does it matter if the Muhammad Ali Act exists or not? Because it seems like the shenanigans in boxing continue, you know?
Isn't that like a bridge right there? That the same way that we just got some Zuffa.
It's crazy, fam, right? Yeah, like that's why I say boxing's a quasi-legitimate sport, fam. It's just too much shenanigans going on.
Fighters fight on the card of Tyson Fury and Makhmudov just recently, right? Wouldn't that be like the bridge? Like, it wouldn't you don't see that happening?
I want to tell you that there's a lot of muddied waters. This is how I'm going to say this. Check this.
Muddied waters is the same thing I've been saying. Shenanigans.
What's up, boys? There's a lot of muddied waters when it comes to Ring, the Zone, Saudi influence, Zuffa. And I think in order to
Ring, the Zone, Saudi influence, Zuffa. Well, isn't Turkey behind Zuffa?
To put on a fight like that with somebody contractually over there and somebody that not contractually but fights with us over here, it would have to take a lot of like, put your swords down and let's see if we can get this made. But there has to be public interest in it. I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah. So right now, Zuffa is a starter company, fam. Like, they have to do their own thing. So whether Devin Haney goes over to Zuffa, if Devin Haney goes over to Zuffa, I mean, he has options over there in terms of Conor Benn. Conor Benn's on his hit list. Hitchens is over at Zuffa. So he's on the hit list unofficially. Or honorary mention, if you will. And if Devin goes over to Zuffa, I think people will follow too. But it's his own league. It's his own thing. So
that's how I'll answer that. But I'd love to answer more questions from the super chat.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna HLD one real quick here. HLD says the zone needs to get changed.
Okay, so that guy's from the zone. What's his name? Let me see. Salute to the fam as you come in the room. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Let me see that guy's name. He's from, I've never seen that guy over at the zone. I guess he's one of the like behind the scenes people. What's his name? Mike from DAZN, but what does he do? Speaking of the Devin Haney Ryan Garcia rematch, let's get to this. Salute to brother Devo. Devo says if Devin pays the sanctioning fees, he should be able to keep his belt, right? You think so? I mean, I would think so, fam. As long as he keeps it win. I've never heard of Devin with any issues with paying his sanctioning fees. But I don't know. I don't know if the sanctioning bodies have rules or updated rules in relation to this whole Zuffa boxing thing. Or just, what's the rule about fighting over at some other entity, you know what I'm saying? And not under our sanctioning body, right? How does that work with our belt? That's in the rules. That would be in the rules, and someone would have to look that up. But you think if Devin pays the sanctioning fees, what's the issue? What's the problem? But the thing is, Zuffa is not like the other sanctioning bodies. We have the 4 major sanctioning bodies. We got the WBO, we got the WBA, we got the WBC, and the IBF. They're separate entities, but they work sort of in tandem together, fam. Right? When there's unifications and stuff. There's no way they have anything in the rule books on how to deal with Zuffa. Zuffa is not a sanctioning body. I mean, it's how could they be? There's the only 4 sanctioning bodies. I guess they're trying to be one. I don't know. Because right now the Muhammad Ali Act is still in existence. So how could Zuffa become a sanction? Like how do you just become a sanctioning body? There has to be a law that allows that. All right, let me see, fam. And the Muhammad Ali Act would dictate all that. We would have to go over that, but I mean, this is not the show for all that. Like, what does the Muhammad Ali Act say about this? And that's why they're trying to reform the Muhammad Ali Act. Salute to Brother Freedom's March in the building. Yo, salute to you, good bro. Good to see you, man. I hope you're well. Freedom's March is in the building. Make sure you guys subscribe to Freedom March's channel. Go over there and show some love. We got some content creators in the building. We got convos with Cam. Go subscribe to her as well. Yeah, fam. We're just talking. As I'm talking with y'all, I'm trying to get a better understanding of the whole situation with this Muhammad Ali Act, and that's why we went over it, Salute to Devo, because I've heard the situation between Jai Apataya and the IBF was its own thing with the Zuffa stuff. Oh, okay. Yeah, how did that work? Yeah, I gotta go on maybe like boxing scene. Let me see if there's some articles on there that explains it, because I don't think there's a seamless way yet, because that dude from DAZN was explaining there's not a seamless way for Zuffa to coordinate with these other sanctioning bodies right now. It's not a smooth process. Zuffa is a brand new company, a startup company. And they're trying to be promoter and sanctioning body all within one, like the UFC. See what I'm saying, fam? I'm just looking up an article here on Boxing Scene about. Yeah, I know we're bouncing around, fam. Okay, so I'll pull up that article later. This is today. Chris Mannix and his friend vents frustration on Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia still not happening. Okay, so this is Chris Mannix and Sergio Moore.
They'd love to see guys like that against.
Salute to brother Benji for putting this on his Twitter page. And fair use YouTube, educational purposes.
Not being pushed for on all sides to happen in September of this year.
Money. Easy. Golden Boy, Ryan Garcia, Ball, Devin Haney. Everyone's thinking money.
This is not being pushed for on all sides to happen in September.
Okay, so he's basically asking Sergio, how come the rematch with Ryan is not being pushed for September on all sides? Although that's not accurate. Devin's been pushing.
this year?
Money. Easy. Golden Boy, Ryan Garcia, Conor Ben, everyone involved, Devin Haney, everyone's thinking money, money, money. And when Zuffa is
The prize fighters.
spreading that money around, overpaying guys like Conor Ben that doesn't deserve it, Conor
Conor Ben got $15 million to fight Regis Program for that one fight, that lackluster fight. He got $50 million. Conor Ben robbed the bank, fam. Conor Ben robbed the bank. And then he signed, I think it's a 2-year 5-fight deal extension. So he's got 5 fights lined up over 2 years over at Zuffa. So he ain't fighting Ryan Garcia unless Ryan Garcia becomes a Zuffa boxer or something like that. I don't see it happening.
Ben, if he would have had a knockout, if he would have had a red hot performance in his last fight and knocked out Prograis, guess what? I would have been on board for that Garcia, because
Keep that in mind. Devin Haney knocked Regis Prograis down. And he did it once, but he almost knocked him. He almost got him out of there. But Devin fights very disciplined. He stuck with the game plan. The game plan was punish him for 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? Get the belt, go home. You know. But Devin won every single round. And I think the scorecards also, like, he won every round. Regis literally won no round. Conor Ben lost rounds against Regis. And he got marked up. I'm talking about Conor Ben. Did you see Conor Ben's face? He got marked up. I think there was a cut too, but Regis Prograis put his paws on him too.
timing matters, not only in boxing, but in promotion. Timing matters. So both of them coming off a huge win. Conor Ben, a knockout. Ryan Garcia, knocking down and becoming champion, knocking down that barrier I thought he was never going to knock out.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, a lot of us are surprised that Ryan Garcia is a world champion. But like Brother Devo said, he came off a loss. Where's Brother Devo's comment? I gotta look for it. I saw it earlier, but yeah, he's coming off. Oh, here it is right here. Brother Devo, WBC sanctioned a title fight for Ryan, coming off a loss and a no contest. As I said, Ryan Garcia is a paper tiger champion. They might as well have just gifted him the belt, just handed it to him, because it was a gift.
That's
from the boxing gods, apparently.
What you can sell. But for me, I was there at Barclays. I was in New York when we saw Devin Haney against Ryan Garcia. Haney outboxed Garcia, but Garcia was getting those.
Sergio Moro. Okay, so he's being honest. Haney outboxed. So this is for all the Devin Haney haters that say Ryan Garcia destroyed Devin Haney that night. Nah, Haney was outboxing dude that whole night. He only won because of the knockdowns. I'm talking about Ryan. Salute to Brother Devo. Devin set a record for the least amount of punches landed by a champion ever, I think, for the Regis fight. Yeah, I heard that. I think it was the least landed. Yeah. Yeah, Regis wasn't connecting with anything. He was hitting the air, man. It was he got embarrassed for 12 rounds against Devin. Conor Ben struggled against Regis. Regis put up a fight. Salute to Brother Drug Free. Is Debo trying to get fights with Zuffa? How can I say this? What's the best way to say that? Everybody, the boxing world is let me put it this way. The boxing world is speculating on what Devin's going to do next. So Zuffa has become part of that conversation. Let me just put it that way. Because now these guys, this is the corporate boxing media talking about it, but everybody heard this first at BF, on BF's channel. Nobody, who else? It was there's nobody else who was talking about Devin Haney and Zuffa Boxing but BF. Then all of a sudden, the next day, I see a whole bunch of content creators talking about Devin Haney and Zuffa, including Two Tone the Superstar and all these other guys. And I'm like, y'all don't even credit where you heard that from. That was over. It was the first time we heard that was 2 or 3 days ago on BF's Live. It's the first time I ever heard about Devin fighting over at Zuffa. Nobody else broke that story. Nobody else speculated that. Nobody has stated that as a reporting. It was BF. So I'm trying to understand why these other content creators are not. You can talk about the same story, but you got to credit where you heard it from. You can't pretend like, oh yeah, I'm speculating on my own and I heard it. No, you got it over at the graveyard, fam. Credit where you hear things.
Was knockdowns. So it was power versus speed. It was the classic style matchup that you want to see in the sweet science. And I want to see it again, man, especially now that they're
Power versus speed. Interesting.
they're champions. But because there's so much money, but because, you know, right now you can just stay a safe, stay busy fight in between Ryan Garcia and Haney, the rematch which will be.
Yeah, Devin doesn't fight no stay busy fights. I mean, Ryan Garcia is the one that insists on getting 2 nuts. Devin has been trying to rematch that guy since the May 2nd at Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. He didn't want to fight Jose Ramirez. He wanted to fight Ryan. It's Ryan and them that wanted to see how Ryan looked off of the drugs against Rolly. And they fumbled, you know, they didn't fumble the bag because they were supposed to rematch anyways, but it just made it, you know, it made it, well, it was bad for Ryan because we all saw that PEDs do matter, right? So it was they calculated wrong. They thought Ryan was going to knock out Rolly. They totally miscalculated Golden Boy and them, right? That's because they're arrogant. Of course they're going to miscalculate. Of course, like, salute to Brother Devo. Ryan wants to keep drug cheating while staying away from Devin. Yeah. And he just does what he wants in the sport of boxing. He's the most privileged fighter in the sport of boxing, Ryan Garcia. Because he's definitely microdosing. It was obvious. He got a first round knockdown against Mario Barrios. When you saw him in the ring, you could tell this dude is not natural. He doesn't look natural to me. And he gets a first round knockdown. I mean, that's when you should have known anybody. You don't even have to step in the ring as a boxer to look at this guy's physique and be like, wait a minute, he didn't look like this against Rolly, just physically. And then his performance, he was so much faster against Mario Barrios and so much more powerful. Even Shakur said, I can tell from round 1 that this guy is on drugs. And then Shakur Stevens is like, was there VADA drug testing for this? Because he was at the fight, right? Devin Haney tweeted and said, yeah, Ryan's back on that juice. These guys are fighters. They would know. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, Steven. Yeah, exactly. Salute, Devo. Like, anyone with common sense and eyes, we called him out over on Twitter. Forced Ryan Garcia to disclose one VADA test that was negative. He didn't fail, like he passed. And then he deleted it the same day. I forced him. It was really me. I forced him on Twitter to release that because I tweeted something about him being like, he looks like he's microdosing or something. And then he responded to the tweet, and then he posted the VADA test from earlier this year and then deleted it. So that was weird. And then we asked, okay, what about the test from last year? Because you guys started on VADA in December all the way till now before the fight. And no response. So do you want to talk about transparency? There's no transparency. Mario Barrios is not even releasing his results. I mean, he probably got paid, you know, to give away the belt.
Way bigger than the first one. They just want to get that. They want to get greedy, man. They want to get greedy and get that money in a safe fight.
Golden Boy and Ryan Garcia and Oscar De La Hoya want to get greedy. He just said it, Sergio Mora, with the fight against Conor Ben. It's a money grab. You get to keep microdosing. You get to keep your belt. You're most likely going to knock out Conor Ben because he didn't look good in his last performance, right? And you get to avoid Devin Haney while still keeping your WBC belt and still staying juiced up. because fighting Devin Haney, like Brother Devo said, you can't be on drugs fighting Devin Haney. The minute you sign a contract, is VADA drug testing. That message goes over to what's his name? Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero, we're looking at you real suspect right now, bro. You guys seem real like break it down, fam. Salute to Too Rich in the house, Too Rich to go. Garcia versus Haney 2 is the biggest fight on boxing. I agree. It's one of the biggest fights. It's a huge fight at one, especially at 147. Now that they're at 147, it actually made it bigger, fam. 140, cool, but 147 is the glory division, and they're both champions, fam. What does that tell you? They're both champs, right? And we know over here, we know that it's Ryan and them that are avoiding the rematch, fam. Facts. Yeah. Salute to you too, Rich. Good to see you in the building. It's Ryan and those guys that are avoiding it, fam.
Doesn't deserve it. Again, doesn't deserve the money that he just got. That's what popularity brings, man. Conor Ben could sell a fight. He looks the part. He just hasn't fought the part ever since getting popped with PEDs.
I think Devin Haney could sell a fight too.
Boom. Sometimes with the corporate boxing media, as critical as I am of them, sometimes they tell the truth. So that was true. Devin Haney is that of course Devin Haney could sell.
Devin Haney can now sell a fight, and the thing is, he's undefeated.
Okay, this is a show they have called The Fighter and the Writer. That looks like New York.
He's a boxer that doesn't knock out punchers. So he outboxes punchers. He beats punchers because he's a technical fighter. But fans love to see guys like that get knocked out. They love to see guys like that against punchers.
Floyd Mayweather made a career out of it.
And that's how you keep making money. The thing about Devin Haney,
yeah, that's true. Floyd Mayweather capitalized off of people want to see him get knocked out. Right. And then when he didn't, they said, oh, he ran. They would always change the goalposts. He ran, he's a chicken, gay weather, all these terms they had for him. And Devin gets that kind of hate 100 times more, though. Because now we're dealing with social media, fam. We're dealing with the social media generation, and we're dealing with misinformation, and we're dealing with propaganda, and we're dealing with all that. And we're dealing with memes, and Devin is dealing with a whole different environment of hate, you know.
gotta respect his resume. He fights champion after champion. No stay busy fights, champion after champion. And
Devin proved that. He moves up to 147. He fights Brian Norman Jr., the champion. He moved up to 140. He had fought Regis Prograis. Even with the catchweight fight with Jose Ramirez, that was because of Jose Ramirez and them requesting the catchweight of 144. That's all that was, fam. And anyways, Jose Ramirez is a former unified champ. So what are we talking about? Salute to Queen Shaquilla Fields in the building. Peace and blessings, young King Stephen X. Salute, peace, blessings to you, Queen, always. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here as usual, fam. I know you had mentioned something about notifications or something not coming out. Let me know if you got a notification today. I don't know how one would fix that. I just go live, but we know YouTube and what goes on. But salute to Queen Shaquilla in the building with her warm presence. Thank you for being here, Queen. John Diaz, first time seeing you here, says that's so a stupid question. Devin don't give a heck about his fans. It's all about his wallet. We all know that. Oh boy. Okay, D. He's banned. Yeah, okay. Thank God for mods. Thank you, mods. We continue. I don't even have to worry about it. Y'all took care of it.
he shuts everybody up. If he doesn't,
he's talking about Devin. Devin shuts everybody up.
He's made more money in his career than I ever expected. I mean, he didn't have a big power. He had a promoter. He just came at the right time to make the most amount.
He had a promoter. Devin's has DHP. That's his promoter. He's his own promoter, unless he's referring to Eddie Hearn, but that's more of a partnership. Salute to Queen Jaquila. No, but it may be on my end. Okay, Queen. Okay, I'm gonna do more digging into that and see how that works. I want to see. I want to do more digging into the whole notification thing.
Of money, and now there's no going backwards. So now it's just, if he made 2 million, his next fight he wants 3 million. If he made 5, the next one he wants 7, and on and on. He's growing in popularity and in finances exponentially because he hasn't lost that.
I mean, Devin is not going to go backwards after the money he made with RYAN GARCIA. How much did I don't know these reports on how much did Devin Haney and RYAN GARCIA make fighting each other? I know this. I just want to get an idea of what the internet's saying, although can't really trust what this says. Right, RYAN GARCIA claimed he earned close to $50 million. No, he didn't make. There's no way. There's no way RYAN GARCIA got a $50 million check fighting Devin Haney on one night. No way. He's probably talking about total from his April 2024 fight against Devin Haney, which included his purse, pay-per-view bonuses, and a $12 million return on a $2 million bet he placed on himself. While official purses are often private, estimates suggest Devin Haney made over $35 million. And then it says here, despite losing, look, the internet says, oh, wow, partly due to a 55-45 revenue split favoring Garcia. Yeah, you can never really trust what the internet's saying. Let me see what Brother Devo's saying. How would you feel about a Hitchens fight? I have no issue with it at all. Devin Haney versus Hitchens, I have no issue with it at all. If it could happen, let's make it happen. Devin needs an opponent ASAP Rocky. He's got to fight twice this year, minimum. So we need an opponent soon. I want to see Devin fight twice this year. I won't be satisfied with just one fight this year. No. So if Hitchens is one of those fighters, let it be. If Devin has to go fight a one-fight deal over at Zuffa Boxing and make $30 million, because there's no way you're paying Conor Ben $15 million and you're going to pay Devin Haney $15 million or less over at Zuffa. If Devin Haney goes over to Zuffa, as Brother BF's been telling us, where it was first reported there, because he knows Devin and the team. I don't know why everyone else is reporting on it like they're breaking the news. It was BF, like I said. I mean, goddamn, if you go over there for one fight, minimum $30 million. You're not going to pay Devin Haney $50 million. That's an insult. Conor Ben hasn't done anything for boxing.
0. And here comes RYAN GARCIA, who has lost his 0 more than once, but he's still popular. He's still brash. He still has that power. And now he has a world title. I don't know how he picked it up.
Oh, we know how he picked it up. The WBC and Golden Boy colluded for him to get that title.
But that's politics and promotion.
Boom. He just said it. Politics and promotion for you.
He's going to cash in on that world championship.
He's going to cash in. Wow.
This is not being pushed for on all sides to happen in.
Interesting, fam. Salute to Brother Von D in the chat. Salute, Stephen X. Salute to Brother Von D in the chat. Yeah, salute, Brother Von D. Thank you for being here, bro. We're talking Devin Haney, legacy or money. RYAN GARCIA ducking De La Hoya and Nico Ali Walsh versus the Ali Act reform, fam. Make sure you like the video, share it on your social media channels, subscribe to the channel.
September of this year.
Money. Easy. Golden Boy, RYAN GARCIA, Conor Ben.
Well, they're prize fighters, so this issue is over money and Rolly and them taking that guarantee off the table. Salute to Brother Devo. The thing about Bill Haney is that he's going to do what's best for his son. So the Zuffa deal, if most likely lucrative. Yeah, if it's lucrative, fam, what is the issue? I don't want to hear nothing from nobody and from any fan base talking about Devin Haney going over to Zuffa. If Devin Haney goes over to Zuffa I don't think he should sign his life away over there. Do a one-fight deal. Salute to brother deal. Yeah, the thing about it, Bill Haney, is that he's due. Okay, hold on one second. Let me read that again. The thing about Bill Haney is that if he's going to do what's best for his son, so the Zuffa deal is most likely lucrative. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. One fight deal, 30 million minimum.
Of Devin Haney, everyone's thinking money. And when Zuffa is spreading that money around, overpaying guys like Conor Benn that doesn't deserve.
They're overpaying because they're a starter company and they have to launch out of the gate. They have to establish a reputation. They have to get a following. They have to get advertisers. They need to make a mark in the game. So that's why they're overpaying fighters. And yeah, $15 million is definitely overpaying Conor Benn for that.
Conor Benn, if he would have had a knockout, if he would have had a red hot performance in his last fight and knocked out Prograis, guess what? I would have been on board for that Garcia, because timing matters. Not only, but in promotion, timing matters. So if both of them come.
I don't know about you, but I never called. I've never been, and I'm still not interested in a fight with Conor Benn or Ryan Garcia. And nobody called for this. Like, who called for this? Nobody. I didn't call for it. Did y'all call for it? Let me put a poll on the chat about hold on 1 second. Is Zuffa Boxing? Oh no. Let me say, should Devin Haney fight at Zuffa Boxing for a one fight deal? Let me see what y'all say. Oh, that's the wrong one. Hold on 1 sec. Let me cut that out. Close that. Let's start again. Start a poll. Yes or no. Okay. All right, I got a poll in the chat, fam. So basically, should Devin Haney go over to Zuffa for a one fight deal? Yes or no? And put in the chat, if he goes over for a one fight deal, how much should he make minimum? Write that in the chat. How much should he make minimum on that deal? In fighting who? Who would he fight? Oh, you guys say no? Is this in relation to the question? No? No, Queen? Oh, you don't. Is this in relation to the question? You don't want him to fight over at Zuffa, fam? Or did I? Wow, okay. Let's see. Brother Devo says Conor Benn versus Ryan is all hype. No subs. Is all hype. Two loud mouths, because they're both loud mouths, just going at each other, barking at each other. That's all that is. Barking, but no bite, you know? No substance, as you say. There's no bite. It's just bark. It's just noise. Yeah, salute, Brother Devo. Salute to Brother Too Rich. To be honest, Ben might beat Ryan. And that kills the death fight. I don't trust Ryan. Yeah, Ryan's gonna lose on purpose. Yeah, you know, for real though, I do see Conor Benn. I can see both scenarios. I can see Conor Benn beating Ryan, or I could see Ryan beating Conor Benn. I think it's one of them 50-50 pick'em fights. Because Ryan Garcia didn't even knock out Mario Barrios. And he looked juiced up. He still didn't knock him out. He didn't knock out Devin Haney and he was juiced up. So even when Ryan Garcia is juiced up, he sucks. Salute to brother Naquan in the building. Yo, fam. Salute to you, good bro. Good to see you. Thank you for being here, fam. Oh, Queen Shaquilla's the prior question. Okay, yeah, I figured that. I figured that. Oh, I can see them knocking each other up. A double knockout at the same time. Yeah, if there's a way for both of them to lose, that would be great. They knock each other out. But back to two, Rich, to be honest, Ben might beat Ryan. And then, yeah, people said Ryan lost to Rolly on purpose to kill the Dev rematch. I don't know if you guys heard. I heard it. That was hilarious. Yeah, Ryan Garcia knows how to mess up a bag, man. Sabotage. He'll self-sabotage just to avoid that rematch with Devin. He'll do anything. He faked that hand injury. We got salute to brother DK is right. Salute to you, bro. Good to see you, man. I think I've seen you here before, but salute to you. If Haney goes to Zuffa, the only name at 147 is Richardson. And I don't want to see that fight. You don't want to see that fight, bro. Bro, that's a better fight than you might think, man. That's a better fight than you might think, man. Richardson, Hitchison, and I'm pretty sure they sparred each other. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I've never seen no footage, but why is it? Because it's two technical fighters? You think it's going to be like boring or something? I don't care. I just want Devin to fight. I think that's a good fight. No one could accuse Devin of fighting Richardson, Hitchison to be like, oh, you're fighting a bum. No. Wasn't he a 140 champ? Richardson, Hitchison was a 140-pound champion. I think it's a good. Brother Devo says that's a good fight, DK. Yeah, it's a good fight. We got to be practical about these things right now. You know, it's the best fight that he can get if he can get it right now. Is there better fights? Yes. There's a better fight out there for Devin Haney than that. But we will, speaking as a Devin Haney fan over here, and ask the Devin Haney fans in the chat, we'll be good if they could make that fight happen. We'll be good with it. I don't know if it could happen May 30th now, but if Devin and Richardson Hitchison popped off at 147 in May or June, that's likely. Maybe June, July over at Zuffa. One fight deal for Devin. Richardson Hitchison's already signed up with them. He signed up with Edgar Berlanga the other day. Why not? Queen Shaquilla says, I want him to fight at Zuffa, even if it's a 3-fight deal. Yeah, what's the problem? Devin's already in the history books. He's a 3-division world champion under the 4 sanctioning bodies, right? And the youngest undisputed champion in the history of the 4 belts. So, and he can't stay out the ring for the rest of the year, fam. So we see what with the games they're playing. Zuffa is an option for Devin. It should be. Queen Shaquilla says he is an honorable mention on the list. Exactly. He's on the list as well. Honorable mention. I think 11 on the list. It's a 10 name list. So let's say he's 11. He's on the list. Honorary mention. Salute to brother Naquan. You saw Oscar talking about the Ali Act. He was talking out his ass saying we want to protect the fighters. Yeah, bro, if you rewind the show or catch the replay, I actually started with the whole De La Hoya versus the Ali Act reform. I didn't get to play Nico Ali Walsh. That's Muhammad Ali's grandson. I didn't get to play his clip yet, but we actually started the show with that. And yeah, we heard it. And I was saying the stuff he was saying, I'm like, this guy's talking as a promoter. And he's like anti-Saudi and all that. So he's coming from his perspective, you know. Maybe we'll run it back, but I still got to play Nico Ali Walsh's stuff. But we're talking Devin, just trying to squeeze in different topics. And it's all connected too, fam. It's all connected. Salute to brother DK is right. I don't think Rich has earned it. And it's going to be a fencing match. Okay. So you think it's just going to be 2 technical fighters fencing? Haney won't get credit for the win if they don't give him credit for Loma. Okay, that's a fair point right there. Yeah. Yeah, that's a fair point in the sense that Devin Haney doesn't get a credit for wins against anybody. He won't get credit. He won't get credit for unifying the division. He won't get credit for becoming undisputed at 147. That's why I'm saying Devin should just do what he wants. If he wants to chase legacy, Devin. If Devin Haney wants to choose money, Devin Haney choose money. Go if you want to choose legacy and money. If you can get a fight that's both legacy and money, Devin, do that. Devin Haney, do what you want to do, man. You're already in the history books. What's his name? Sean Zitzel is one of the voters in the International Boxing Hall of Fame. He already said that he was going to cast his vote for you when you beat Brian Norman Jr. Anybody that knows boxing and respects boxing knows like a 3-division world champion is going into the Boxing Hall of Fame. Whether you like him or not, it doesn't matter. That has no bearing on a vote. That has no bearing on who goes in the Hall of Fame. It shouldn't anyways. Salute to Brother Devo. For some reason, I don't think Conor Benn is going to fight Devin. No. Conor Benn, from everything I've heard, he knows Devin's going to UD him. He's going to get UD'd. And he was front row when he saw Brian Norman Jr. get hurt. So he might even think, man, Devin could hurt me, man. Because Conor Benn did not look good against Regis Prograis, fam. He did not look good. That was a lackluster performance, man. Very lackluster from Conor Benn. Salute to brother Mr. Roll Tide in the building. Salute, Mr. Roll Tide. Stephen X in the chat. Salute to you, good bro. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, fam. All right, let's continue.
Knocking down and becoming champion, knocking down that barrier I thought he was never going to knock out. That's what you can sell. But for me, I was there at Barclays. I was in New York when we saw Devin Haney against Ryan Garcia.
Salute to brother Devo. And Richardson Hitchens would age well on his resume. Yeah. We have to be practical at the same time, fam. It's about the best fighting the best, but there's always the certain circumstances, like the best at that time. Whatever fight we can materialize. You can't stay out the ring for a whole year, though. And it's not Devin Haney's fault. I'm just saying he can't stay out the ring for a year, fam. He has to stay active. That's why he's in the gym all the time, training with James Lights Out Tone. He's trying to stay active, fam. But he's anxious. He wants to fight. And he was supposed to fight May 30th against Rolly, but Rolly just keeps, that fight's done. It's not happening. I don't see it happening. But we'll see. Salute to brother Drug Free. Debo would definitely put Zuffa on the map. I bet Dana White would let him go after the sanctioning belts. He'd be stupid not to do it. Yeah. Yeah. So you're saying he would let him go with his belt? Yeah, he better. Like I said, Devin Haney can do what he wants. So Dana White better not get him. Like Devin should hold on to his WBO and still find a way to fight over at Zuffa. If he can get a 1-fight deal, 2-fight deal, 3-fight deal at Zuffa, then do it. And mine isn't Devin still not under contract, but he's still got some. Doesn't he have fights with Turkey? He was supposed to do the rematch with RYAN GARCIA under Turkey. So, salute to brother Devo. If Tim Bradley can get in the Hall of Fame, then Devin is first ballot. Absolutely. Devin Haney's first ballot. If Tim Bradley's in the Hall of Fame, we all know Devin Haney, who's more accomplished than Tim Bradley, is going to the Hall of Fame. Oh, he's got one left, Queen Shaquilla. Okay, he's got one fight left with Turkey. And that should be the RYAN GARCIA rematch, as far as I'm concerned. DK is right. Will Haney have the ability to force early testing on his opponent if he is signed with Zuffa? Because the current testing can be taken advantage of. When you fight Devin Haney, you're gonna get put on. You're gonna have to get ready to sign up for VADA testing immediately, just like Brian Norman Jr. You're not going to sign up a month later or 2 months later or 2 months before the fight. No, if the fight's 5 months away, you guys signed the fight 5 months away, you guys start drug testing that week that you sign the contract. There's not no waiting a month or 2 months and then you get on VADA. No. Devin's father will not allow that, and Devin's fan base will not allow that. I'm telling you that right now. Yeah, drug free. Queen Shaquilla, the queens know their boxing. Absolutely.
Haney outboxed Garcia, but Garcia was getting those knockdowns. So it was power versus speed. It was the classic style matchup that you want to see in the Sweet Science, and I want to see it again, man. Especially now that they're champions. But because there's so much more.
That's the thing. It's a unification bout. So it's gonna the Devin Haney Ryan Garcia rematch is legacy and money now. It's no longer a money fight. Their first fight was a money fight. Now it was legacy in the sense that it was a title fight until Ryan missed the contracted weight on purpose. He cheated the contracted weight at the behest of Floyd Mayweather. Told him, no, just cheat the weight at 3.2 pounds. Right? So it no longer became about legacy. The belt wasn't on the line, but definitely it was a money fight. Both those guys got big paydays, Devin and Ryan. But this fight at 147 would be money and legacy, fam. Because it's a unification bout at a glory division. And both of them are going to want the same amount of paper they got fighting each other the first time or more. And naturally, they're going to want more. Who wants the same? No, everybody wants to make more money. Fighters are no different. Everybody wants more money, fam. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you're a prize fighter, you want more money.
But because, right now you can just stay busy fight in between Ryan Garcia and Haney, the rematch, which will be way bigger.
Yeah, that's the way Golden Boy's looking at it. They're looking at it as Conor Ben as a safe stay busy fight, and they're really trying to procrastinate and delay and hopefully totally deny the rematch with Devin. That's really the play, fam. That's really the long-term play. They don't want that rematch ever. Literally, they don't want it ever. And they're scheming and wheeling. And I'm like, there's only so much wheeling and dealing and scheming you could do, bro. The boxing gods are going to make the rematch happen. Salute to brother Mr. Roll Tide. The first fight was about their rivalry. That just so happened to quote a big payday. Yes, that's a great way of putting it. It was for all the marbles because they had a rivalry in the amateurs. They were 3-3. And this is why there was no rematch. They weren't supposed to rematch because this one was going to settle everything once and for all. But now it's basically they have to redo it because it's a no contest and this dude cheated. So, DK is right. Zuffa might not support Devin testing his opponent early. They control their fighters tightly down to what they wear, so moves like that aren't really up to him. Dana White runs a strict operation. That's what Nico Ali Walsh was saying too in his speech. Let me pull that up. Yeah, he was saying that even down to their shorts, they can't even put logos from sponsors, and fighters survive off sponsors. Let me play Nico Ali Walsh's. We'll get back to the other one. Because his speech was actually pretty good. To Congress yesterday. Oh, is this him here? Oh, no, that's not it. Oh, there he is. Yeah, very well spoken too. Let me see what y'all are saying first, and we'll get to it. Queen Shaquilla says Dev is still chasing legacy as well as money. I say fight on Zuffa, then circle back for undisputed. Wow, yeah. I'm primarily interested in him being active, and they've intentionally stalled him this year. Yes, Queen. That's how I know, Queen. You're a true Devin Haney fan as well as me, or I. At this point of the game, Devin needs a fight. So go, Devin, go over to Zuffa and sign a 1-fight deal. Okay, and go fight Richardson Hitchens. That should be Devin's next step. Go fight Richardson Hitchens. You guys sort of have this like personal beef going on or whatever. Richard Hitchens said, whatever, over some girl. Y'all go hash it out in the ring. And get a good fight in this year. So you can worry about the tail end of the year and getting another fight. Even if it's in December, at least you're going to fight 2 times this year. Then you're good. You're good.
And the first one, they just want to get that. They want to get greedy, man. They want to get greedy and get that money.
He's calling it greed. Brother Devo says Eddie Hearn stalled him with Lewis Crocker. Yeah, that was a waste of time too, fam. They're wasting Devin Haney's time, bro. And Devin Haney can't allow these people to waste his time. Bill had went up to, I think it was California, and met Eddie Hearn. And they were talking about this, like Lewis Crocker is like, I have a fighter. I know you want to fight him, blah, blah, blah. And nothing came of it, fam. Nothing materialized from it. They're wasting this guy's time. They want Devin to be inactive so he has ring rust. But that's not going to happen. He's staying in the gym, so there's not going to be no ring rust. They're trying to get him. They're trying to catch him slipping. They're trying to catch Devin slipping. That's what's going on. If you want to use some street terms, that's what they're trying to catch him lacking or slipping. That's all it is, fam. It's like boxing is more treacherous in the streets.
In a safe fight against Conor Benn, even though Conor Benn doesn't deserve it again, and doesn't deserve the money that he just got. That's what popularity brings, man. Conor Benn can sell a fight. He looks the part. He just hasn't fought the part ever since getting popped with PEDs.
I think Devin Haney could sell a fight too.
What does look the part mean? Is that what people mean? Like the eye test? Is that what that means? These guys are always talking about fighters' looks. It's weird. Brother Devo says, right, Steven, they're trying to make him inactive. Yeah, they want him to have ring rust. They want to catch him. They want him discouraged, ring rust, catch him slacking. Or they want to blackball him just altogether. They would hope that Devin Haney just goes away, to be honest with you. That's what they're hoping on a star and dreaming about it, fam. All these fighters.
Devin Haney can now sell a fight. And the thing is, he's undefeated. He's a boxer that does knock out punchers. So he outboxes punchers. He beats punchers because he's a better IQ fighter. He's a better technical fighter. But fans love to see guys like that get knocked out. They love to see guys like that against punchers.
Floyd Mayweather made a career out of it.
And that's how you keep making money. The thing about Devin Haney, you got to respect his resume. He fights champion after champion.
Now, this is Sergio Mora saying this, fam. Sergio Mora, he's a RYAN GARCIA fanboy. But he has to give it up to Devin because Devin's resume is a strong resume. He beats champions. That's what Sergio's saying, fam. So these guys are even forced to tell the truth.
No stay busy fights, champion after champion, and he shuts everybody up. If he doesn't, he's made more money in his career than I ever expected. I mean, he didn't have a big power. He had a promoter. He just came at the.
Well, this is boxing. Devin's a master boxer, and he believes in himself, and they know the business side. That's why he's made more money than. He's always going to make more money than his critics expect. Your critics.
Right time to make the most amount of money, and now there's no going backwards. So now it's just if he made $2 million, his next fight he wants $3 million. If he made $5 million, the next one he wants $7 million, and on and on. He's growing in popularity and in finances exponentially because he hasn't lost that zero. And here comes RYAN GARCIA, who has lost his zero more than once, but he's still popular.
Yeah, he quit against Tank.
He's still brash. He still has that power. And now he has a world title. I don't know how he picked it up, but that's politics and promotion for you. He's going to cash in on that world championship.
He's going to cash in on his world championship belt. Yeah, the WBC is going to protect RYAN GARCIA whilst they're collecting that cash from him. But they're going to make sure he's holding on to that belt. for a very long time. Because remember, fam, Canelo is no longer a champion. So, you know, who's their Mexican star, you know? Salute to Queen Shaquilla. Then they'll spring Catterall on him as his Mando. He needs to stay active. Yeah, Catterall. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, I remember seeing that. Yeah, Catterall is a Mando now or is about to be a Mando or something. Yeah, it's something to that effect. Devin's got a fight. Let's just say July latest. He's got to fight July the latest and then turn around and fight in November or December. Those are the two fights. July would have to be the latest, though. What is it right now? It's April, May, June, or even June. Because he's already training. So training camp, yeah, let's say June. Yeah. Sorry. So, salute to brother Jay Vonnie in the building. Salute to brother Jay Vonnie in the building. Good to see you, bro. We're talking Devin Haney, legacy or money. RYAN GARCIA ducking. De La Hoya Nico Ali Walsh versus the Ali Act reform. Yeah, Zuffa seem to be avoiding Haney. Yeah, they are avoiding Haney. Yep. Yeah, fam. Ryan's not going to fight anyone if Oscar says so. Yeah, it's all Oscar determines all of Ryan's fights. RYAN GARCIA doesn't control his own career. Oscar De La Hoya controls RYAN GARCIA's career. Every aspect of his career is not it's managed by Golden Boy. He is not independent. Not in the slightest, fam. One of y'all had brought up the whole hearings and we had gone through it. Let me pull it up again. This is Nico Ali Walsh now talking. I'll pull it up on the screen. We already went through Oscar De La Hoya. But I enjoyed Nico's speech because it's coming from the perspective of a fighter. Salute to brother Devo. The thing about Devin is that he fights in fights that keeps him on the pound for pound list. Yeah, he got moved. I think he's number 8 now, or possibly 7, 8 or 7. So he got advanced. He was going up the list, meaning he's getting. I think Shakur is number 3. Yeah, because he's fighting champions. He hits a new weight division and he fights the champion and beats them. See, so he's a pound for pound fighter. That's what pound for pound fighters do, you know. Salute to brother B in the building. Salute, bro. Good to see you, man. Good to see the good family coming in the room. Salute. Brother B says the Ali Act wasn't helping fighters now. Fighters were still getting screwed. And you know what? That's true. I'm laughing because it's not funny, but that's the thing about laws. Like, laws are only good if people follow them. But if people don't follow them and you have let's say 50+1 in a certain environment of corrupted people that choose not to do right, then yeah, laws won't be followed, you know? And if there's enough corruption, I mean, look at what we're looking at today. I mean, look at the federal government. Look at Trump. It's a totally criminal and lawless federal government. Like, criminals have usurped the federal government. And the guy's a convicted felon. They don't follow any laws. Not on the federal level. They're breaking all types of laws in D.C. and the White House, you know? So this is a lawless society we're in right now, fam. Salute to brother B. Nico, of course, is there. That's his grandfather, but promoters still bypass the Ali rules. Hence, no boxers there. Yeah, being there. Yeah, I got that vibe. That's why I wanted to cover it, because he was sort of like a spokesman. They sort of needed to pick, who's the best presentable boxer that we can put in front of these senators, you know. But he's very articulate. Let me just get to it. We played what Oscar said earlier. Let me close all these windows. Y'all can probably see that on the screen.
I don't know.
This is, okay, Dan Canobio. He's a journalist. He says Nico Ali Walsh references Zuffa's boxing uniform policy, which restricts sponsorships. They are moving that same UFC. Okay, so that's his quote. They're moving that same UFC model to boxing. If that model was truly for the fighters, you wouldn't see a $375 million antitrust lawsuit and current UFC fighters begging for raises. Yeah, that's what Oscar De La Hoya said in his speech. So let's listen to this. Fair use YouTube, educational purposes.
So I don't know if you've seen the Zuffa Boxing events, but if you have seen the events, it, from my perspective, looks very plain. It looks very corporate. In current boxing, you have the freedom to have those sponsorships, unlike in Zuffa, where you.
He says it looks very plain. It looks very corporate. Interesting. Oh, salute to brother Blaze, pound for pound. Salute to, good to have you in the building, bro. Thank you. Salute to you. Good to see you. Blaze, pound for pound says it's the Ali Act. It's the Zuffa Act. Yeah, well, yeah. The act that they're trying to, the amendment or the Reform Act, you might as well call it the Zuffa Act because it's going to benefit Zuffa. Salute to brother B. Oscar being there was so sick. Canelo, Ryan, Stanionis, Triple G, Devin, etc. He screwed all of them over. Yeah, bro. I brought that up earlier at the beginning that I'm like, what the hell? Oscar De La Hoya is not a good spokesman for boxing. And the welfare and the well-being of fighters. He has a fighter that he's keeping away from rematching Devin Haney, who he's okay with drug. He never even mentioned that he's a drug cheat, but he doesn't care that Ryan drug cheated Devin. He doesn't give a damn. And he's sitting in front of senators arguing for the welfare of fighters. Come on, fam. Come on, fam. What are we talking about? Salute to Jay Vonnie in the building. Salute to Keep Caution. First time seeing you here. Thank you for being here. Nick Khan completely carpet bombed Oscar's argument. Had Oscar looking foolish. Fam, I'm going through with this for the first time, so I didn't see that. I think I saw it scrolling, but I didn't even hear that. His speech. I'm trying to get through all the speeches, fam. But yeah, that's interesting. Hopefully we have enough time. Let's see what time it is. Okay, fam. Let's move. Brother B says Muhammad Ali Act wasn't helping the smaller names nor half the big names already while being in place. Fighters were still getting fucked from the big names to the smaller names. I agree. I agree, bro. Because the shenanigans in boxing are still happening. And the Muhammad Ali Act is still alive and well. So what are we talking about? Salute to brother B, Virgil Ortiz. You're right. That whole conflict with him and Oscar. Yeah. Salute to brother. Oh, Mr. Magnificent in the building. Snoopy Mac is in the house. Salute. Dream team. Devin Haney over everybody. Mr. Magnificent is in the building. Salute. Salute to brother Eric O in the building. Salute to the fam coming through. Salute to the fam. Make sure you guys fill out that poll. Share the video on your social medias. Okay. There's something I was going to say, but I forgot, but let's go.
You're forced to wear their trunks, or you're forced to not have certain amount of sponsors or whatever their rules may be in their contract. But that's what makes boxing important to me. And as a fighter, I know that having those sponsorships gives the fighters more money. It's only for the fighters. And if
I mean, how else do fighters survive? They definitely need sponsors. All the things that they have to pay for, definitely need sponsors. DK is right, says the Muhammad Ali Act has been instrumental in addressing various deficiencies within the sport. However, further regulations are required to enhance its effectiveness. Y'all are really getting into it, man. I love it. Yeah, this is why I wanted to do the show, fam, because um, this is the side of boxing that folks don't really address. You know, folks want to talk X's and O's, which is cool. Or this guy fighting that guy, and but sometimes, I'm going to cover something if I need to cover it, and it's connected to the fighting in Zuffa because Zuffa's on the scene. Zuffa ain't going anywhere, fam. So we need to know how they're operating. But yeah, brother B is right. I mean, right here, exactly. The rules aren't enforced hardly ever. I mean, laws are on the books. There's all types of laws on the books. It's up to human beings to enforce the laws. That's just the way it goes.
New Revival Act was truly for the fighters to put more money in the fighters' pockets. They're moving that same UFC model over to boxing. You can see it through their events already. And if that model were truly for the fighters, you wouldn't see the $375 million antitrust lawsuit that's going.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
From the that the UFC had to settle. You wouldn't see former UFC fighters complaining about pay. You wouldn't see.
I think I heard Ronda Rousey, because she got a fight coming up, I think against, what's her name, Gina? She was ranting and raving about UFC or something like that too.
The current UFC fighters begging for raises in their pay.
Yeah, I mean, just based off observation, like I said earlier, fam, Conor McGregor, his biggest payday came fighting a boxer. We all remember when he fought Floyd Mayweather. He never got the kind of money. UFC guys don't make that kind of money at all. DK is right. Prior to the Muhammad Ali Act, fighters were unable to audit promoters to ascertain the actual revenue generated, which is a significant point. Yeah. We went over this at the beginning, so when y'all catch the replay, the Muhammad Ali Act helps with transparency. You got to show the numbers, Fighters got to know how much they're making when they come in, before they get in the ring. And if you guys saw the Graveyard yesterday, Brother BF show, Queen Rachel Donaire was breaking that down too. And she was talking about the paper that they have folded that they give to you right before you're going to get in the ring. And they don't even give you a copy of it. And you got to read it and go over all these numbers to make sure all the numbers are accurate. It's crazy. So they do that on purpose, fam?
Model truly worked, and if it was truly for the fighters, you wouldn't be hearing so much about money from these UFC fighters. So I don't know if you've seen the Zuffa Boxing events, but if you have seen the events, it, from my perspective, looks very plain. It looks very corporate. In current boxing, you have the freedom to have those sponsorships.
So when Regis Prograis and Conor Ben fought, I got to rewatch it. That means they didn't have stuff on their shorts. That's what he's saying. Because that was a Zuffa fight, fam. That was a Zuffa fight. That was the first one between them. Well, the first one on Conor Ben's deal. Let me see here. Keep caution. Nefarious characters have been corrupting boxing since its obsession. Yeah. Zuffa can't make it any worse than they already. Fam, I feel like we're being really, I have to laugh. It's true though. We're not being cynical, but fam, it's true. It's true. I mean, there's already shenanigans going on in the sport of boxing, fam. So, like, come on. Oh, salute to Queen Shaquila. Thank you so much for the Cash App, Queen. Thank you. I got it. Queen Shaquila, always showing support. Thank you for the Cash App. I really do appreciate you and the contribution to the channel. Yeah, I just saw it. Thank you so much, Queen. It makes me keep going. So thank you for that. I try to be consistent for the good fam. So thank you for the support. Thank you to all of you for the support and just tuning in. Thank you, Queen. Yeah, salute Giovanni. Let me see what y'all are saying. Yeah, this is funny though. Yeah, Zuffa can't make it any worse. Bro, you're telling the truth, man. Yeah, we're being honest. Yeah. we're just telling it, yeah, you're right. You can pass this law or that law, man. There's so many shady characters in the sport. Oh my God. That's the thing. Here's the thing though. Does it attract the shady characters? Or does it create the shady characters? There's a little mind thing for you to think about. Does boxing attract these shady, nefarious characters, or does the boxing game create them?
Unlike in Zuffa, where you're forced to wear their trunks, or you're forced to not have.
So that's the thing. I got to rewatch that fight with Conor Benn and Regis Prograis and see what. Now I got to look to see what was on their shorts.
Certain amount of sponsors or whatever their rules may be in their contract, but that's what makes boxing important to me. And as a fighter, I know that having those sponsorships gives the fighters more money. It's only for the fighters, and if
so the sponsorship money goes strictly to the fighter. Nobody else has their hands on any sponsorship money. It goes straight to the fighter.
New Revival Act was truly for the fighters to put more money in the fighters' pockets. They're moving that same UFC model over to boxing. You can see it through their events already. And if that model were truly for the fighters,
this guy behind his shoulder there with the bald head, he looks familiar. The guy behind his right shoulder, the bald head, he's I forgot who that is. Yeah.
You wouldn't see the $375 million antitrust lawsuit that's going.
Let me see what y'all are saying. Queen Shaquilla says the money it generates is attracting corruption. Yeah. Because you can just get into the game, in the boxing game. You can just get into the boxing game. There's no level of entry, if you will. Anybody can enter it. There's no screening. There's no background checks, if you want me to put it that way. Salute to Brother B. Until there's a governing body that everyone has to answer to, and there's real consequences for transgressions, boxing will forever be a racist, corrupted, unfair sport. Amen. Yeah. There's 4 major sanctioning bodies that are supposed to do this. The sanctioning bodies are supposed to, and the commissions are supposed to bring down punishment on drug cheaters, racism. That's another thing. You shouldn't be no champion and you're a stone cold racist. What kind of RYAN GARCIA is a stone cold anti-black racist, and he's a WBC champion. If I'm sitting on the board of governors or whatever it's called in the WBC, I got this guy as our champion. And people can go play sound clips of this guy saying F all ninjas and Muslims. I don't know how YouTube is. That's why I'm not saying it. Right? Like, are you for real? And he's your champion? That's who you want representing your belt? Right? It says a lot about the WBC. They don't give a damn. That's what it says, you know? Giovanni, salute to you. It says those patches paying more than Zuffa. I don't think those patches paid Conor Benn more than Dana White handed him for his fight against Regis. This man got 15 million. Well, who knows? I don't know what sponsors who knows? His sponsors, he probably has some high-end sponsors, you know. Who knows who sponsors Conor Benn? Do y'all know who sponsors Conor Benn? I know he's out there in the UK. He's got his dad's last name, so You know, but he got, all I know is he got a $15 million payday from Dana White, man. I don't know what Dana White was thinking. I have no idea what the hell. Then Devin Haney should get 30 million if he fights over at Zuffa first fight. Queen Shaquilla says, and they're the clean boxing program. Right. The jokes write themselves. So the WBC 147 champion, the Glory Division, so many great champions at your sanctioning body look at the photos on the belt. Muhammad Ali's photos on there. Like so many great champions on that green belt. And you guys are supposed to have the clean boxing program, and now your 147 champ is a microdosing, racist, cokehead, in RYAN GARCIA. Like, this world, what is this world coming to? And that's the sport of boxing. Salute to B, Farm Fresh UK egg. Y'all are funny, man. I love your sense of humor. B says Farm Fresh UK egg sponsor Conor Benn. I heard, yeah. Straight from the farm, bro. After the chickens got pumped up with a bunch of steroids. You know, they do that stuff on farms now, so it's a crazy world, fam.
From the UFC had to settle. You wouldn't see former UFC fighters complaining about pay. You wouldn't see current UFC fighters begging for.
He doesn't have what other box. He's not slurring his words or anything, you know. He's clear-eyed, hopefully. You know, he's well-spoken, well-dressed. You know, it's a good little representation of the fighters for boxing. But I get the game, you know. Salute to brother drug-free. Dirty money like all the bodies and promotions except DHB, right? Yeah. You can expect a level of corruption in this sport from promoters, sanctioning bodies. There's corruption in society. The police are corrupt, fam. I have personal stories of police corrupt. Like if the police are corrupt, then goddamn, there's going to be corruption in boxing. And that's the police, and they're corrupt. So, you know, they take money, they steal people's money, they steal people's property, all that. So imagine boxing, you know. And they're sworn to protect people and enforce laws, but they break laws too. I'm talking about the police. Some of them, not all of them. Brother B says Dana did that to F with Eddie Earn. Yeah. They got all these guys got you know, rivalries. All these promoters rivaling. And I know Dana White and Oscar got beef, and Eddie. All three of them dudes, Eddie Hearn, Oscar De La Hoya, and Dana White, none of them like each other. None of them. They all don't like each other. Regis said, DK is right, says Regis said there was no testing in the Conor fight. Stop it, bro. Where did he say that? I believe you. Where was he on was he an interview, or he said that after the presser or something, like on the presser? There was no testing, fam. At all? Are you for real? You're telling me in the UK? No. Where did he say that, bro? Eric O says the most corrupt. Yeah, man. These police out here are stealing people's money and illegal searches and seizures. Is crazy. Salute to brother B. Nico's a smaller name. He's representing for the smaller names. Yeah. He's definitely he's not a well-known name in sport of boxing at all. And he's a green fighter. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of fights under his belt. Very young career. Salute to brother Giovanni. I understand the extras for the fighter, though. They may not have to pay the same taxes. Oh, good point. Yeah. I mean, all I know is the point being made is the sponsorship money goes straight to the fighter. No one's dipping their hand in that, with the exception of Uncle Sam, I guess. You got to pay taxes. Yeah, salute to brother Mr. Roll Tide. They all hate each other. They do. Yeah, drug free. They all do, man. All those guys hate each other. You can tell. They got beef, man.
Raises in their pay. If that model truly worked and if it was truly for the fighters, you wouldn't be hearing so much about.
Yeah, Jay Fonny. Ah, shit. Yeah. There was no drug testing for Conor Benn or Regis Prograis. That's crazy, fam. Because that's a high profile fight. So if there's anyone that could afford it, it was those two.
Money from these UFC fighters.
Very interesting, fam. I think there was some. Let me see what else is going on here. There were some other speeches too that I didn't see. Who is this? Is this Alicia? Oh yeah, this is the fight I was talking. Ronda Rousey. There's some fight coming up with these women on Netflix. Ronda Rousey. I'm just scrolling on my Twitter, fam. Just bear with me. Yeah, like I said, the women's boxing is about to take off. Oh, this is the guy here, Nick Khan. Nick Khan. Okay, let me put this on the screen for the fam. Let me see what y'all are saying. Let me see. Scroll. Okay, Brother B says UFC was notorious for being rampant with PEDs and steroids. I doubt Zuffa will be any different. Yeah, that's always been this is common knowledge. And I'm not no UFC head. I don't follow it like that. But I've always known those guys pop dirty over there. MMA fighters, man. I mean, just look at them. You can tell from their physique. You can tell from their physique, fam. That I'm like, come on. Y'all are juicing. You're juice heads, man. Meat heads. Queen Shaquilla says no test requirements may be what keeps Dev away from Zuffa. Bill's not taking that chance. No. If the drug testing is not on the same level that he would get fighting with Turkey, then it's not worth it. You can pay Devin $100 million at Zuffa if they only do state athletic testing and that's it, or they do no testing but they don't do VADA. No, it ain't worth it, because any of these guys, Richardson Hitchinson, Rolly Romero, Ryan Garcia, Conor Benn, all of them, I don't care what name, they're going to cheat. They're not going to take the risk like Ryan Garcia. He's like, I'm not taking the risk of losing to Devin. I can't lose to Devin. See, what we missed over here and what Devin and his dad didn't calculate was that this guy said in the buildup that he would do anything to win. And I'm not blaming Devin as the quote unquote victim of a drug cheat, but we just didn't calculate that he meant it. Like he would do anything outside of the rules of boxing to win. Right. And that's what makes him such a scoundrel, Ryan Garcia. And he's definitely not honorable. He's not an honorable man. He's not even a sportsman. Right. I don't know why a guy who's been boxing since he's a young child, I'm talking about Ryan Garcia, would do something like that, take PEDs, and ruin his reputation as a clean sportsman. No normal professional does that, fam. You don't, because your reputation as an athlete. Can you imagine if all of us one day said, and it was disclosed that LeBron James has been taking PEDs all these years? Fam, I would be devastated. And I'm not even like a big NBA head. Like, I would be devastated if I heard LeBron James was on PEDs. So you're telling me him flying through the air and all that stuff is not natural? So I don't know what Ryan Garcia was thinking. He was just thinking about the win. But I'm like, dude, the win got taken away, man. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. And you've been fighting since you were a child. And you threw away your whole reputation and career as a clean sportsman just to win a fight that is no longer on your record. Like, come on. Silly, goofy motherfuckers. DK is right, says, this was a truly significant event. So why was there such a limited turnout of fighters? It suggests that perhaps we as fans might be overly invested. Fam, well, you're talking about politics and going to Capitol Hill. Like I used to live in Washington, D.C. I guess you can say I was a political intern there. So I've been in these buildings. I've walked around there. you got to be a certain kind of person to be engaged in this type of thing, like going before Congress and speaking before Congress, like that. Not everybody does stuff like that, you know. I wish more people were alert about these issues, but that's why I'm covering it, you know. Um, but let me close out this poll, fam. Let me see what y'all are saying over this poll. Yeah, but I get it. I get it. Salute to the Queen Shaquila. Salute to S. Walker in the chat. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you, bro. Thank you for being here. Salute to B. Ryan had been suspected of taking PEDs, though, X. It's just Devin Tank were his first tested bouts. Yeah. Yeah, bro. I know. People have been, that's why Tank Davis said that when he was sitting ringside, I guess after he was training, and he's like, yeah, I heard this guy juices. So this has been the talk in the boxing world for before Tank. Yeah, you're right, brother B. So he's not even a clean fighter because the rumors has been he's not clean anyway. So I'm looking for the results of the poll in the chat. Do y'all see the results of the poll? I don't see it. Hopefully I see it soon. Let me see. Mr. Roll Tide says only Barry Bonds started PEDs in the middle of his career. Majority of everyone else had been cheating. Yeah. Yeah, that was weird. Barry Bonds started late. But, all these guys, they have asterisks by their names. Alex Rodriguez, Barry Bonds. I don't know. No, none of them are in the Baseball Hall of Fame. I don't think they will allow them in. Brother B, that loss to Tank really changed Ryan. Yeah, it devastated him. And he's left clues. He basically said it. I'll do anything to win. I'll do any. He said it in interviews. I've heard this, even in the buildup. He said it. He warned us, fam. We just didn't know that he would do that. Maybe some of us did, but S. Walker says Ryan's only reported testing was the Tank and Devin fight. That's very telling in itself. Yes, these are facts, fam. All of you are telling facts. Yep. Zuffa aimed for me of Dream Team not getting fair ones. Absolutely drug-free. And I love your name, drug-free. Exactly. Oh, here's the poll. Should Devin Haney fight at Zuffa Boxing for a one-fight deal? 87% of you said yes. Only 13% of you said no. So most of y'all are okay with Devin going over there for a one-fight deal. Yeah, I'm okay with it too, fam. Yeah, right here, Erico. 87% yes, 13% no. I think the jury has spoken. Devin, go over to Zuffa, man. Go make some money. Go fight Richardson. Stay busy. Beat him. Zuffa ain't for me of Dream Team not getting fair ones. Yeah, I read the drug free. Yep. And according to sources and VADA, the Devin fight was Ryan's first VADA test. VADA never confirmed the Tank fight was tested. Look it up. Oh my God, I will. Crazy, fam. That right there, what you said, crazy work. B just had the rehydration. Yeah, the big talk was the rehydration clause. There wasn't a lot of talk about drug testing. Everyone was obsessed with this whole how skinny Ryan had to get down and stuff. S. Walker, Alex admitting to taking steroids. Barry was never actually caught taking PEDs. Right, he was exactly. Brother B says Ryan said before he fought Tag, Devin will be my hardest fight because he's extremely disciplined and highly skilled. Yes, he did say that. I'll send it to you. Ryan's words. Send it to me, bro. Send it to me on Twitter. And you know my email too, right? But send it to me on Twitter. It's probably faster. Jay Vonnie says when Devin got cheated, it made him a monster. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it certainly did. Fam, thank you so much for being here. We're going to get out of here. I'm going to head over to the graveyard. BFTB Boxing. He's starting soon. So I want to close up. And y'all, we cook for over 2 hours, fam. So I'm going to try to come on tomorrow or Saturday. Man, I really enjoyed cooking with y'all on this topic. Maybe we'll do a part 2 to this topic and really get into, because there was more speeches that they made at the Congress. But salute to all of you in the building, fam. I'm going to get out of here. Go to respectringmedia.com. Check out the latest there. Peace, Queen. Thank you, Queen. I'll see you at the graveyard in 2 minutes. Salute to Queen Shaquila Fields. Thank you for the super chat, Queen. The Cash App. DK is right. Salute to you. Mr. Roll Tide, salute to you. Have a good one. Eric O, salute to you. Jay Vonnie in the house, salute. Brother B, salute to you, bro. Thank you so much. Salute to S. Walker. Salute to Eric O. Salute to Drug Free. Salute to Mr. Roll Tide. Salute to DK is right. Salute to Queen Shaquila Fields. Salute to Queen Cam in the building. Salute to Keep Caution. First time seeing here. Thank you, bro. Salute to Mr. Magnificent Snoopy Mac in the building. Devin Haney over everybody. Salute to Jay Vonnie. Did I miss anybody? Mr. Roll Tide. I hope I didn't miss any. Oh, salute to Too Rich, who was in the building earlier. Salute to Freedom's March. I'm not going to hail that person. Salute to Ghetto Conservatives. Salute to Erico. Peace out, y'all. Respectringmedia.com. Stephen X. We're going to chop it up. Maybe we'll do a part 2 to this. You know, Devin Haney. Legacy or money. Legacy or money route. Ryan Garcia still ducking Devin Haney. And Oscar De La Hoya and Nika Ali Walsh versus the Ali Act Reform. Peace. Blessings. Y'all have a great day. Godspeed. Thank you. Bye.